Hi guys, in this video we're going to describe specific heat capacity. We'll look at some examples of specific heat capacity and finish with a summary.
Now let's try to introduce what we mean by the specific heat capacity. To start with, if we want to raise the temperature of an object, then we know we need to heat it up by giving it some energy. For example, if we were to start with a pan of water that had very little energy in its thermal energy store, and we wanted to raise its temperature to the point where it was starting to bubble, then we would need to put some energy in its thermal energy store. Now it turns out that if I wanted to do this whole thing to some other liquid, let's say for example milk, then it might actually take a different amount of energy. More precisely, I want to make the point that some objects require more energy to result in the same temperature change as other objects. For example, it might only take a small amount of energy to raise the temperature of gold by, say, 1 degree centigrade, but it might turn out that it actually takes a lot more thermal energy to heat up some water by 1 degree centigrade. And the other way round to think of this point is that actually, if we give two objects the same amount of thermal energy, they won't necessarily end up having the same temperature change. We can sum up this idea with the concept of an object's specific heat capacity. The specific heat capacity of a substance is the amount of energy needed to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of that substance by 1 degree centigrade. So the idea is that we take, for example, 1 kilogram of each substance, and then we see how much energy it takes to raise each of these substances by 1 degree centigrade, and that would be the specific heat capacity. Let's take a look at a specific example and consider supplying heat to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water and of 1 kilogram of mercury, and both by 1 degree centigrade. Then it turns out that the energy needed for the water is 4,200 joules, whereas the energy needed to raise the mercury by 1 degree centigrade was 140 joules. Okay, so what do these numbers mean? Well, we've just seen that 1 kilogram of water...
Hey guys, to continue watching this video and unlock hundreds of other super concise and exam board specific GCSE physics and combined science videos, just click on the Snap Revise smiley face. Join me today and let's make physics at GCSE a walk in the park.